Project. And he's the guy who's helping create the Democrat wasteland. My friend, Mike Davis, welcome to the Hugh Hewitt radio program.
Thank you for having me on, Kurt.
Oh, my gosh. You've got to be excited over what's happening because you were a big part in helping to make this happen.
Yeah, I'm very excited for President Trump. He's delivering on his campaign promise, the centerpiece of his campaign to bring bold reform to the Justice Department with the nomination of Pam Bondi to serve as President Trump's Attorney General, including the FBI. And that includes Kash Patel to serve as President Trump's director of the FBI. And these are two bold Justice Department and make serious changes after Obama and Biden politicized and weaponized our justice systems at every level and our intel agencies to go after Trump, his top aides like Steve Bannon and Peter Navarro, who went to prison, Trump supporters on January 6th, who were politically persecuted under the Supreme Court's Fisher decision last June. This is a good time I would say this is the first time in 5 years that I've actually enjoyed flying into Washington, D.C. between COVID lockdowns and BLM riots and then Biden lawfare for 5 years. It's been a pretty miserable place.
Well, you've got to be happy now. I think it's pardon season. I think we're going to see a lot of pardons coming down the road. We've already seen Hunter Biden being pardoned, the least shocking thing to ever happen since the sun came up in the east. But you understand the situation with the nominees like few other people because you worked with the Senate as a staffer for a long time. How do you see Trump's nominations proceeding? Do you think we're going to get a lot of pushback, particularly from squishy Republicans?
I actually think that President Trump's nominees are going to be in good shape. Here's the standard for cabinet picks and other senior executive branch nominees. Are they qualified? And if they are qualified, the Senate should largely defer to the president for the team that he builds. The president doesn't tell senators who they should have on their staffs, and so long as these picks are qualified, the president should get the team that he wants. Now, it doesn't matter whether these senators have a personality disagreement or a policy disagreement with these nominees. The president got elected by the American people with 312 electoral votes. All 7 swing states carried the Senate with him. This was a Trump victory, a Trump mandate for change. And so long as the nominee is qualified, it doesn't matter whether there's a policy or personality conflict, the Senate should vote to confirm President Trump's senior executive branch picks, including Pam Bondi, including Kash Patel, including Pete Hegseth at the Department of Defense. Now, there are times when a qualified nominee can be disqualified because of their personal misconduct, for example, but that is for the senators to prove with clear and convincing evidence that that nominee is disqualified from personal misconduct. We're not going to have the Me Too presumption of guilt like we did with Christine Blasey Ford's bogus allegations against Justice Brett Kavanaugh. You're welcome, America, from Mike Davis for getting rid of that with Kavanaugh. We're not going to restart that with Trump's nominees. And so, again, I look at Kash Patel on paper. He's highly qualified. He was a public defender.
Davis, I have personally told you many times you should go in the administration, and you have rebuffed me. You said you can do more to help on the outside at the Article 3 project. Please tell us a little about that.
Well, I would say this. As you know, Kurt, I would have a snowball's chance in hell of getting confirmed. I would get one charity vote from my former boss, Chuck Grassley, and it would end his 65-year political career. So I would be on the disqualification side of the ledger. So I don't want to do that to Grassley. And frankly, I'm more effective from the Article 3 project. I've already done every job I want in the government. I've worked in the White House, the Senate, the House, the Supreme Court, a lower court, the U.S. Attorney's Office, another cabinet agency, state AG's office. I've checked every box in government. Where we're effective at the Article 3 project is we can take our insider experience and with our outsider mindset. And we have a big megaphone. We can go on Hugh Hewitt show and Fox and Bannon show and all these other shows and get out our message and do it very effectively. For example, on Kash Patel, we can tell your listeners to go to article3project.org, article3project.org, and take action. And you can go to our action page on Kash Patel, and there's a site where it has you call your senators. It actually makes the phone calls for you directly to both of your home state senators' office to tell them to support Kash Patel. There's a way where we automatically send an email from you to both of your home state senators to tell them to support Kash Patel. And then there's a way to help you post on social media to tell your home state senators to support Kash Patel. And that's where we're very effective at the Article 3 Project.
Where can people help by donating to the Article 3 Project?
Well, that's very kind of you, because I as someone who doesn't come from a pot of family money, I may be going broke.
You're not a Biden.
No, I want to find. I want to know where my trust fund is for my parents.
No Burisma seat for Mike Davis, huh?
No. Apparently, I don't have Hunter Biden skills. But it's go to article3project.org, article number 3 project.org, and you can take action with Kash Patel. You can follow us on social media, and you can certainly donate. I always tell people, don't donate more than you can afford. We'll get by, but we can certainly use your support.
Now, Mike Davis, again, you've got a lot of experience on Capitol Hill. Do you see any Republicans getting in the way and becoming an obstacle to President Trump keeping the promises he made during the election?
They'll try, and that's why we have the Article 3 Project, is to make sure that President Trump has the strong political support he needs to carry out his agenda, to get his judges and his lawyers in the executive branch confirmed, to make sure that they have the support that they need. I always say that these lawyers and judges, they're humans. They're not supposed to care about the politics. They're supposed to just follow the law, but they're humans, right? So so it's our job at the Article 3 Project. Their job is to get the law right. Our job is to get the politics right. And unfortunately, as conservatives, you need both. You need both the law and the politics to be right to win, as we just saw with the presidential immunity decision at the Supreme Court that helped President Trump beat all this lawfare. So that's where we've been instrumental, is on judges, on lawfare. We'll continue to be President Trump's lead outside advisor on judges and lawyers, election reform. We're going to be busy for the next 4 years.
Now, Mike Davis of the Article 3 Project, I'm concerned about Donald Trump's legacy going forward. Do the folks coming into the FBI, do the folks coming into the Department of Justice, do the folks coming into other agencies understand it all starts with who you hire? And if you only hire people from Yale and Harvard and these Ivy League places full of pinko communists instead of, SEC schools, do they understand that they've got to diversify who they hire from so that we get people in who aren't a bunch of pinkos? We got about 30 seconds.
Yeah, I don't criticize Trump very often, but I think that was one of his mistakes of his first term. He was too Ivy League focused, and he made personnel decisions, including Chris Wray, that were wrong. And so I think with Pam Bondi and Kash Patel, these are very smart, competent warriors, and they're not Ivy Leaguers. And so they're the perfect 1-2 punch for the Trump Justice Department.
Excellent.